Welcome to your new Perks program. We're so glad you're here. We've negotiated private discounts and corporate rates on everything from pizza in the zoo to movie tickets, oil changes, car rentals, hotels, and more. One thing I'm the most proud of is that we've negotiated the deepest discounts in our industry just for you by cutting out those pesky middleman fees. Come on, let me show you around. Our Perks homepage serves as a dashboard for you. From here, you can browse discounts, plan your vacation, view our giveaways, find movie showtimes, and more. Below are 5 recommendations we've put together just for you. As you scroll down, you'll find quick access to any offer you previously pinned as a favorite. Our discounts row features what's currently trending, and you can watch trailers for this week's blockbusters from the movie showtimes row. As you continue to scroll, you'll see a list of our current giveaways and a perks comparison to other networks like AAA and AARP. If you're looking for something specific, you can browse by category or start with a search. Now, let's take a look at our discounts. You can immediately buy e-tickets to the movies, print grocery coupons, book a hotel, cruise, and more. We spotlight new offers each week for you to redeem online or in-store with printable e-tickets and mobile coupons. We've designed our vacation planner to not only offer you our best discounts, but the convenience of having all your tickets in a single itinerary. Once you've selected your destination, we'll recommend other nearby attractions and restaurants for your trip. Our monthly giveaways feature a wide variety of prizes for you to register to win. To increase your odds of winning, you can enter as often as once per day for the duration of the contest. By navigating back to the Perks homepage, we've completed our brief tour. You're now on the road to more savings, powered by convenience, exclusively from Abenity. Thank you so much for letting me take a moment to show you around today. I'm sure you found tons of ways to add some everyday savings into your life. Whether you're going to a local restaurant, hitting up the grocery store, visiting a water park, or taking a huge family vacation of your dreams. Before we go, don't forget to download our mobile app. This will give you quick access to our discounts, whether you're at work, home, or on the go. And once you've downloaded the app, don't forget to redeem your first discount. We'll talk to you soon.
We are thrilled to partner with BELAY to provide affordable online education and in-demand skills training. We've recently welcomed a number of new BELAY contractors to our university who are excited to create new opportunities and level up their skills.
Since launching our very first course in 2008, our vision at Freelance University has always remained the same: And that's to equip our students with the skills, tools, and confidence to help them build meaningful and flexible remote businesses. Freelance University is essentially a one-stop learning hub that gives you access to 80+ courses, all designed to sharpen your skills so that you can best serve your clients.
We are big proponents of social learning and believe that we learn best in the context of a supportive community. We weren't designed to do this on our own. Here at Freelance University, we have an incredible learning community where you can connect with amazing mentors, instructors, and peers to get your questions answered and work through some challenges you may face in your business.
We've always believed that learning should be both accessible and affordable, which is why we've created a Netflix-style education platform that includes all of our 80 courses, our live workshops, for one low-cost monthly or annual fee. And since we're a partner of BELAY, you can access a special BELAY discount to join our university today.
So be sure to check out Freelance University today and all that we offer. Remember to take advantage of your BELAY discount, as we'd love to see you join us in the university soon. Take care.
Dan, it's tax season. I still need all of your vendors' W-9 forms from last year.
Here.
That's nice, sweetheart. Bet I'm not thirsty.
Whoa, whoa.
A BELAY bookkeeper? Really? Is that where we are now?
I took care of the forms for Dan this morning. They are already in your inbox.
Oh.
So
Okay.
let's
Good.
let them enjoy their day.
Never miss a moment.
Leave the tea.
Modern
Sit
staffing
down.
from BELAY.
Great, please.
You know there's not even any real tea in there?
Oh, well, she's a young girl. Let her have fun. Have fun today, sweetie. Get out. Go. You are being ridiculous.
Welcome, BELAY contractors. We're beyond grateful for you, and we've created this event with you in mind. This is our first ever virtual contractor summit, and it's all to say you're awesome and so appreciated. You have been servant-hearted and a loyal supporter of BELAY, and for that, we're here to honor and celebrate you. So while we don't often play favorites, we also recognize that sometimes in life, you just have to choose, and today we choose you, our most valuable asset. Our goal today is simple. We hope that you feel appreciated, poured into, and encouraged as we take some time to talk about how to own your journey. We will end our time together in Zoom breakout rooms according to your service, virtual assistants, bookkeepers, social media strategists, and website specialists, so you can see and interact with your fellow contractors. But first, we'll hear from our seriously incredible keynote speaker, Deetra U. Giles. Deetra is the CEO of ExecuPrep, an international organization focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion, providing training, coaching, and consulting. She works with companies around the world to leverage the diversity of their people and improve the outcomes of their teams. Our BELAY corporate team has had the pleasure of hearing Deetra speak, and now we want you to learn from her as well. Deetra has been a BELAY client, so she knows BELAY and can speak to both the client and contractor experiences. Please enjoy Deetra as she shares.
I remember being a little girl and I went to the movies Ghost. Now, I know that's really dating myself because I look good for my age, yes. But I remember going to that movie, and for me, the main character of that movie was Whoopi Goldberg. If you don't remember her, she was the clairvoyant who the ghost came and spoke to, who Patrick Swayze came into so he could communicate with Demi Moore. And I loved that movie so much. And as a kid, you could not tell me that Whoopi Goldberg was not the main character of the movie. And that was until the Oscars came out and I saw that she got an award for Best Supporting Actress. And in my mind, I'm thinking, supporting? How could she possibly be supporting? Because she's the main character. And I stepped back and realized she wasn't the main character. She made the movie move, and she made the movie what it was, but she wasn't the main character. Her job in the movie was to make the main characters look amazing. And she did it so well, she won an Oscar, one of the few Black women to win an Oscar. And when I think about the role that Whoopi Goldberg plays, I often think about my own assistant and many of you out there. Oftentimes, you are the thing that makes the main character look good. I mean, like really look good, because you get to see us at our worst. You get to see us when we wake up in the morning and we're going crazy and we're losing our minds, and you are that thing that is our calm in the middle of the storm. And much like Whoopi Goldberg, some people will never see the other side. They see you as the main character because for them, that's what you are. You're the person they talk to. You're the person they connect with. You are the thing that makes the main character move. But here's the sad part. The sad part is most often you don't get the recognition. You don't get the Oscar. You don't get that big trophy standing up in your living room and get on stage and do your announcement of, I'd like to thank God. I'd like to thank my mother. I'd like to thank my first grade teacher. I'd like to thank the Academy. You don't get that opportunity. And so for the times that you don't get the opportunity, for the opportunities that are missed, for the time when your crazy boss that you're supporting, when that executive is running helter-skelter and doesn't get a chance to just pause and stop for a moment, I want to say thank you. You are what keeps us going. You are what keeps the dreams alive. You are what makes us look good. And so there are a few ways, much like Whoopi Goldberg, there are a few ways you do this for us. Number one, you are the front facing. You're the people out there that when the calls come in, when the emails come in, when the questions get asked, guess who they ask? They ask you. They don't ask me. They don't ask the person that you're helping. They don't ask the person you're supporting. They want you. And sometimes, shh, don't tell our secret. Sometimes we even ask you because we don't know. As a matter of fact, today, this filming that we're doing, I will tell you that I forgot. I forgot what was happening. I forgot when it was. And guess who was the person that was the reminder? My assistant. I was running crazy. Where am I supposed to be? What time? Who, what, when, where? And I didn't even stop, like many of the people that you support, to say thank you. I didn't stop to say you made the day. I didn't stop to say you saved me. And that's what you do every single day. Every day you're out there saving our lives, and not just our lives, but generational lives. You support people who support families, who build companies, who create legacies. And without what you add, it doesn't happen. And you know this. I am not telling you anything you haven't figured out already. You know that without you, we'd wake up and leave our heads on the nightstand. Without you, I'd walk out without some crazy pair of glasses or a nice suit or looking the way I look, and your people will walk out without their shoes on. Without you, it just doesn't come together. The second thing that Whoopi Goldberg was she was the body through which all of the information came. Patrick Swayze came into her and she relayed the messages, but she relayed it in a way that was communicated so that everyone got the message. Oftentimes, you are that liaison between us and our clients. We give information and we hope that information sounds right, and it sounds wonderful in our heads, except when it gets to you, you're thinking, that is horrible. How can I change this message in a way that I can give it to the client, they receive it, and we get what we need back? And I have been on the receiving end of some of those emails that some of you have actually sent, right? I get them and I'm thinking, I know the person they're supporting, and they would not have said it this eloquently. They would have messed this whole thing up. But because you're there, that message gets transformed into one that invites customers in, that builds relationships, that helps us grow what's already there. And that happens because of you. And the other thing is, you help dreamers dream dreams. It's so hard out there being an entrepreneur. And it's harder even to bring somebody in that you trust enough to say, this is my baby, and I am going to put it in your hands and trust you with it. To be the person that's on the side and be able to build that level of trust so that I can say, here it is, I'll give it to you, takes a level of skill that very few people will ever be able to embody. And you do it. You do it in such a way that I don't even feel like I'm saying, I trust you with my life. I feel like I've been given a gift of someone to lift a burden, a gift of someone to help me, a gift of someone who understands, and sometimes the gift of someone who is thinking on my behalf. Because 90% of the time, my brain is over there, and what it needs to be on is over here. And the blessing is you are over here where my brain needs to be. And so on behalf of those people you support, I say thank you. I often tell this story when I go out and give speeches. I've told it in my TED Talks. I've told it on different stages. And I always tell it from one perspective. But today, I want to go behind the scenes on the story. So I'll tell you the story first, and then I'll go behind the scenes to talk about your role in the story. So I tell everyone, here's the thing. My mother loves the rodeo. I don't know where she got this from. I am from Miami, Florida, so let's understand she did not grow up around the rodeo, but she loves the rodeo. And her favorite event in the rodeo is bull riding. She loves it. So one day I decide, hey, Mom, I'm gonna take you to the rodeo. For her birthday, it was a surprise, like it was a surprise to us all. So we round up the family, we take my mom to the rodeo. Let's be clear. My family is for my husband, myself, my son, my daughter, and then my mom. We were 5 specks of pepper in a sea of salt. And it was uncomfortable at first, but we got used to it and everyone welcomed us into an environment. And so now we're a part of the family. We're hee-hawing with everybody else. I don't even like the rodeo, but I'm into it because the environment is electric. We get to the last event, and the last event is the bull riding event. And we're at the last rider, and he is having an amazing ride. I mean, it's so good. Now I'm up on my feet, and you know I am bedazzled out at the rodeo. I get up on my feet, I'm screaming, and if you know anything about bull riding, there is only one way off the bull. I mean, the bull doesn't go over to the side and say, you know what? Thank you very much for joining me. That was an amazing ride. You're welcome to get off now. That is not how it happens. The bull kicks the rider off violently. As a matter of fact, bull riding is bull riding because the bull does not want the rider to be there. So the bull bucks the rider into the air. He flies into the air. The entire stadium is screaming. We're on our feet. And then all of a sudden, there is this tragic shift. And the bull rider ends up under the hind legs of the bull. And the hind legs of the bull go down right in the center of the bull rider's back. And it was audible. And instantly, the entire arena had a hush fall over it. It was as if we were all collectively giving and doing a silent prayer. And as the bull rider lay on the ground, he looked lifeless. And the whole team jumped into action. I mean, the rodeo clowns jumped from their perch. They distracted the bull and had the bull chase them. The medical team rushed onto the field without any regard for their own safety, and they began to attend to this bull rider who was just laying there, not moving at all. And I look to my mother, who happens to be an occupational therapist, and I say to her, you do know that if he gets up, he'll ride bulls again. My mother said, you have to be crazy. There is no way on God's green earth that this man will ever ride bulls again. I looked at my mom and I said, he absolutely will. And after a while, the medical team worked with him and they slowly got him up and drug him to his feet. And he wasn't even able to stand on his feet. They had to drag him off of the field. He had one arm around one medical professional, another arm around another, and they're just dragging him with his feet lacing behind him. And with the itty bitty little piece of strength he had, he grabs his hat, he tips it, and he twirls it. And my mother says, that idiot is gonna ride bulls again. And I said, he absolutely will, because he would rather die out there riding bulls than to be out here watching with us. Here's the reality. Everyone that you support is having their bull riding experience. They're out there doing something they would rather die doing than to be in the stands watching. But that's only possible if they know they have the support team that's willing to run on the field despite their own safety and come and rescue them. That bull rider knew there was a risk. He knew the risk. He's seen several bull rides. He's seen them go well, and he's seen them end tragically. But what he also knew is that if I go out there and take this extreme risk, I have a team of people that will come out and support me. I have a team of people that will throw caution to the wind. I have rodeo clowns that will get in front of the bull so the bull is distracted from me. I have a medical team that will rush on the field knowing that the team will do their job. I have a team that will make sure that I don't die on the field. Here is the reality. You are that team. You're the team that allows the dreamers of dreams, those crazy people who are saying, you know what, let me go ride this bull, get bucked in the air, get stomped on by the hind legs of this 2-ton beast. I'll do it anyway because you. I'll go out and start a new venture because of you. I'll go out and go after that major client that seemed unattainable, that might say no, but we'll go time and time and time again. And I'll present this proposal because you review the proposal. I'll send an email to this person who probably doesn't even want to talk to me because you crafted the email. I'll have this schedule and book it with some of the craziest things because you are managing my time. The reason your people can be the dreamers of dreams. The reason your people can go out every single day and have their own bull riding experience is simply because they have you. And without you, none of this happens. Without you, it all goes away. Without you, they can't grow. They can't pass down a business. They can't build a legacy for generations. For some of you, you're supporting people who are changing the trajectory of their lineage. And they can do that because of you. For some of you, you're supporting people who were ready to give up, and just a kind word from you, just an email that went out, just someone to say, I support you, changed the idea of them giving up. You are the difference makers. You are the change makers. You are the leading role, but sometimes you will have to settle for getting the Oscar for the best supporting actress or actor. And sometimes that's just enough, because for you, that's actually your bull riding experience. You would rather be out there supporting someone to build a dream than to sit out and watch a dream collapse. You would prefer to be out there giving them the support that they need so they can go, grow, and be better and change life for their families than to be out there hoping it happens well. You are actually the dreamers of dream. So today, I am here to give you your best supporting actress role. I am here to say you are the best supporting actor. I am here to say thank you from the Academy, from your bosses, from the people you support, from the team. Thank you for everything you do to make the world what it is. The people you support, to them, they may not say it, but you actually are the world. So I say to you, thank you, and keep doing everything that you're doing, because you are actually doing an amazing job. Thank you.
At BELAY, we provide modernized staffing solutions for growing busy leaders by providing exceptional administrative support. Whether you're looking to join our team as a virtual assistant, virtual bookkeeper, or a corporate team member, you're joining a world-class organization.
One of the reasons that I like working for BELAY is that it's a very customizable experience, which might sound strange, but as a contractor, you have the power of choice.
The primary thing that I enjoy about working at BELAY is the freedom that this opportunity has given me. Freedom with my time, more freedom with my resources.
What really stands out to me about BELAY is the quality of the people.
The culture of BELAY is extraordinary. It's really something I've never seen in my life before. I'm extremely excited to be around it. You have a group of people who are just, really just stewards of the business. They're willing to work and help out anybody they possibly can.
Some of the unique benefits of working for BELAY are being able to explore and do things. My family and I enjoy travel. Before, you had to limit it to your 1 or 2 weeks a year of vacation that you get. With BELAY, you can work while you're abroad.
When I'm recommending BELAY to someone, I say that there is a place for you. Whether you come from a finance background with accounting experience and you're good with numbers, you can be a bookkeeper. If you come from a tech background, you can be a web specialist. And if you come from a digital creative background, you can be a social media strategist. And if you do a little bit of everything under the sun, you can be a virtual assistant like me. And it's so great because it's just like an oyster of opportunity. There's a place for everybody.
Today, we're going to be talking about how to be present in an engagement. Now, this is a pretty popular topic, so I'm not going to waste any time. We're just going to jump right in. There are 3 areas that I want to talk about today, and they are how to be present for yourself, how to be present for a client, and then how to be present for your client success consultant. When we talk about being present, I think it really means that you recognize and you can see the cause and effect of something. You're able to look ahead and anticipate what's coming down the road. So let's talk about how that works in relation to yourself and how to be present for yourself when you're serving a client. First of all, I know it sounds counterintuitive, but it's important to practice self-care. I know self-care is kind of a buzzword these days, but ultimately, you can't give what you don't have. And how are you going to take care of someone else if you aren't taking care of yourself first? So, what does self-care actually look like? It kind of depends on who you are as a person and some of the things that you value and how you are able to recharge and take care of yourself. But if that means that you need to go to the gym or work out, or perhaps having lunch with a friend or running errands that have been on your to-do list for a whole week, whatever self-care looks like for you, do that. Taking care of you is going to give you the peace of mind you need so that when you sit down to focus on your client, you're able to truly focus and be fully present. Next, I would like to suggest giving yourself some grace. I think that giving yourself some grace enables you to take care of your client as well. Working with people can be really tricky and challenging, and there are days that can leave you a bit drained and maybe you don't feel as successful. We've all been there. So give yourself some grace. Take a deep breath, and that will definitely help you recharge for jumping back in the next day. The next thing that I want to mention is really being aware of your emotional state. What I mean by that is your own stress level, if you will. Sometimes we try to push past that and try to stuff down those feelings or ignore our own things that are stressing us out. But sometimes that affects how we interact with our clients, how we interact with their team, or maybe even their kids. So take a moment each day to really evaluate where you are emotionally and see if there are things that you can do to help alleviate that. Again, let's go back to self-care a little bit. What can you do to better take care of yourself so that when you do show up for your client, you are the best possible version of yourself? If you are stressed out, take a step back and refocus. I know that you want to be able to serve your client and represent yourself well. So remember to be aware of how your communication is being received and how you're coming across. Sometimes we have to pause and consider the wake that we leave in our own communication style. So those are some good things to reflect upon, especially if you're going through a season of high stress. Okay, I love this next one. Remember that this is not a sprint. It's a marathon. It's going to take time and patience to sync with your client. So you want to take care of yourself first so that you're fully capable of running the marathon. Now, I am not a runner. I have bad knees and no one needs to see me run. I would definitely need some training for sure. So think about giving yourself that grace to walk or run that marathon and to take those deep breaths needed to make it one day to the next. All right, next, we're going to talk about how to be present for your client. Now, I really had such a hard time narrowing down this list because I got some really great insight from a lot of our client success consultants. I've done my best to condense the list, but it was so good. So just hang in there with me for these next few points because there were some really, really good things. And I knew that I needed to share it with you all. First, let's talk about having dedicated time for your client and have a dedicated, quiet workspace. Some of you may feel like you can succeed in chaos, which I would argue maybe that's not entirely true. So be careful with that mindset. If you can do your best to get to a quiet space that is free from distraction, you're probably going to be at your best level of service for your client and be able to really dig in even harder into those things that really may be a roadblock for you or for your client. Treat your role as if this is your business and not just a role in someone else's business. We want you to take ownership of the tasks and the duties and the assignments that your clients are passing along to you. By treating each engagement as if it is your own business, it can really help shape your mindset and how you approach a lot of these tasks that you guys are so fiercely tackling every day. You want to start and complete them with the same passion and detail as you would as if it's something for yourself. And you want to stay mentally and emotionally engaged. If you find yourself kind of mentally checking out, that's a really good time to step back and do some self-reflection and figure out, okay, why do I feel this way? Am I drained? Now, do I need to go back to that self-care piece? Is this a conversation that I need to have with the client to help clarify some things? Because I'm just hitting a wall and I'm a little frustrated. So figure out what the root of the issue is and then go for it. Speaking of talking with your client, we didn't put communication on this list because I think more importantly, what's really key to being engaged in your relationship with the client is listening to your client and their team. Really hearing them. You want to understand how everybody on that team works and how they interact with each other. It's going to allow you to have a better understanding of the organization and how you can best participate and serve at the highest level. Listen to the underlying words. Listen to what's not being said. Sometimes that's an even bigger clue to what's needed than what's verbally being spoken out loud. We want you to be really present so that it allows you to hear the true words of those that you're serving. And you may sense more stress from your client when you start listening in that way. They may be acting differently, or they continue to cancel your standing one-on-one. When you see those kinds of cues coming through, you really want to be proactive and lean in with questions and conversations to get to the root of what's really going on. So you can best help find extra things that you can do to help provide support. This is one that really stood out to me. It's important to never cancel a meeting because you don't have anything to discuss. I'll say it again, never cancel a meeting because you don't have anything to discuss. The client may have some questions for you. You don't want to ignore those little things. Things that you think are little might actually be really big to the client. And sometimes they get bigger over time. So it's important to be present enough to notice those small things and pick up on cues from your client. Those small cues can be monumental in the end. You know, every day you're getting cues from your client and from people that you interact with within that engagement. It's important that we really pay attention to those things. Also, this may sound silly, but pay attention to what annoys your client. Pay attention to what wows them. That one small win may open doors for you to provide additional value in that area. So, seize the momentum that comes with those wins. You know, if you notice something that irritates your client, be aware of it so you don't accidentally feed into those frustrations. Okay, I love this one. Don't assume you know what the client is thinking. In other words, ask questions and never be afraid to ask questions. Never be afraid to make recommendations or suggestions or to even challenge your clients. In essence, really challenge yourself, because when you know it's for the betterment of the task or the project or the organization, it's okay. It's okay to ask your client if you're on the right track. You want to be able to ask for that feedback. I'm sure we've all had a day where you thought you were killing it. You thought you were doing amazing. And then you realized at the end, that's not what the client wanted at all. We've all had those moments, and that's okay. So ask for the feedback so that you can figure out where to correct your path and get back in the right direction. I think that it shows that you care not only about yourself and the client, but also your duties for the organization and its success as a whole as well. All right, I have a funny little illustration for you. And this is tied to the idea of communication. I don't know how many of you have a sibling. Anybody out there? Well, I have a younger brother who I love dearly, but he would do this thing where in our early teens, if we were face to face having a conversation, he wouldn't be looking me in the eye. He would look at me at my ear. Now, if you ever get a chance today or tomorrow to do this to somebody just for fun, like a spouse or a friend that you might be spending some time with, try it. Try having a conversation with them and look at their ear instead of looking eye to eye. It is the most obnoxious, frustrating thing ever, and obviously a very ineffective way to communicate with somebody. Odd illustration, because when you're in a meeting with a client, whether it's over the phone or via Zoom, they know when you're distracted. They know if you are looking at your phone or paying attention to something else, and you're really not fully invested in the conversation. They know that. So let's do our best to be fully present in those conversations. We want our clients to not only feel, but to truly know and trust that they are valuable and that we value our time with them and that we want to serve them well. So do yourself a favor in that engagement to build a strong relationship and a strong level of trust and be fully present. Don't have your phone out to the side while you're having a conversation. And if you're on the phone and you're still trying to do other things, they know that when you are distracted. So it's just something to think about there. The next step here is to really feel like part of the staff. Now, this could look a variety of ways, depending upon how big the organization is that your client is working with. But do your best to feel like you are a part of that team. And if you're unsure of how to do that, that is a really good conversation to have with your client success consultant. So we'll come back to that in just a little bit. But regularly check in with the client's webpage to see what's going on with their business. Keep up with their social media accounts, if that's not something you're already doing for the client. But make sure that you're in the know. It's important and exciting to celebrate the wins that are going on, whether it's on the personal side of things or within the business itself. Being a part of the team is a way that can help you make those connections. Also, having a daily or weekly wrap-up that you provide for your client. In other words, it's going back to being proactive and providing communication upfront before a client even asks for it. Most clients would love to have this level of communication from their staff. It shows that you're supporting them. It maintains engagement focus by sending recap emails to the client. You could do that after every meeting. You could do it daily or weekly, but some sort of regular communication is very, very important. That's showing that you're engaged and helping the client stay in the know on where you guys are headed. So think ahead of how to be thoughtful to support your claim. If your client is totally booked for the day and don't see where they're going to have lunch offer to order them something at a certain time. You can offer to buy personal gifts during the holidays or birthdays that may be coming up, or offer to send gifts to the client's team for celebrations or important events. Help your client look thoughtful to others by thinking through how to make that happen. Don't be afraid to help the client innovate, whether it's in how they're relating to their team or the clients that they serve. You ultimately don't want to accept the status quo. You want to find ways that you can best serve that client and really be their hands and feet. Now, this brings us to how to be present in your engagement with your client success consultant. So many of the things that I've covered earlier with the client, if you're unsure of how to navigate any of that talk to your client success consultant. Really, that's what they're there for. I think sometimes people are nervous to raise their hand or pick up the phone or send the text message or email because they don't want the client success consultant or the client to think that they don't know what they're doing. I think that's a big mistake. We can all learn from each other here. Your client success consultant has so much wisdom and value to add to your engagements. So even if you feel like you're doing fine, reach out to them and see if they have any suggestions for you or advice that would be helpful for you. Let's go through a few of these suggestions. Ask your client success consultant to help you set expectations with your client, especially if it's early on in the relationship and you're just getting to know each other or trying to figure out what the engagement will look like. Setting those expectations up front with your client will really help alleviate frustrations that could come down the line. So that's an important one. Also, let the client success consultant know when someone is sick or if somebody is having a baby or any kind of staff changes for the client. It's important to keep the CSC in the loop on what's going on with the client. They want to keep a pulse on what's going on in the business as well. And then in a more general sense, keeping your CSC informed is a strategic move that can help you and your client ride out some of the rockier parts of an engagement and reach the greatest potential in your relationship. I think that some people get nervous because they think it's telling on them or tattling on them, but that's not at all how you should think about it. Your CSC is serving alongside you. And our CSCs work with so many different leaders, clients, and contractors. Chances are pretty good that whatever snag you're running into with your kids or schedule or your client, our CSC has probably seen it 20 times and they know how to best address it. So never be shy or unsure of how to address potentially uncomfortable conversations because, well, they're a normal part of all of these engagements. Just let your CSC know and communicate with them. Be proactive with that. And at the very least, you do have a safe sounding board to talk through solutions and options. They're there to serve you. So why not take advantage of it? Okay, I know that was a lot of information, but I really hope that you found some helpful nuggets in there to help encourage you and point you in the right direction when it comes to being present in an engagement. We are so grateful for the way that you serve our clients, and it is such a pleasure to work with you.
Hi, I'm Sabrina Burse, and I'm a client success consultant at BELAY. While working at BELAY, I've gotten a chance to see the impact that our work has had on some of our clients and our contractors. Some time ago, I had a client come to me, and he wasn't able to make his daughter's physical therapy sessions. She was unable to walk. He came to us because he was stuck in the minutia of administrative tasks, inbox management, calendar management, and so we matched him with a rock star VA who was able to take a lot of that off of his plate. Weeks, months, almost a year went by, and that client came back to me expressing his gratitude for the match that we were able to make. I was so proud to hear that he was able to make every single physical therapy session with his daughter. She started to walk again. He was so emotional about this. He was able to walk alongside his daughter, to love on his daughter, to be there for her. And he expressed that BELAY was able to give him that gift. That had to be the proudest moment I've had at BELAY, to be able to see that the work that we're doing is actually making a change in our clients' lives.
It's 2005, and I'm the #1 district manager at PacSun. I'm newly married, and I just had my first daughter, Riley. But something was telling me that going to work full-time and keeping that great job was limiting me and my opportunities. I was missing things with Riley. And the day came when I missed her first steps. I got a call from my nanny who said she did it. And I knew that day that something had to change. So that moment in time, I boldly quit my job at PacSun because of Riley. I knew there had to be a better way, and there was a better why. 3 months after that, I also decided that we were going to take the bold risk and make the decision to move from New York to North Carolina because we wanted to reset the pace of our life, and I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom and be the mom I knew I can be because work-life balance meant something to me. I didn't want to miss those first steps again. So we moved to North Carolina, and after 3 months, I decided I needed something more, something for me. I desired work, I loved work, and I wanted it to fill my cup. So I took a job at a temp agency, being a virtual assistant, to cover a maternity leave for 3 months. Here's what's crazy. I had never been a virtual assistant. I had never been an assistant at all. I worked in retail. So this was a big leap for me, but I took the job. And you know what? Enter Brian Miles. That job was for Kogan, and I worked with him for 5 years. And then after all those years together, Brian came into work one day in 2010 and said to me, I'm quitting. And I'm starting a new company. It's an amazing venture, and I would like you to come with me. I know because of our working relationship, he was in Atlanta and I was in Charlotte, and I was his assistant, that there were other people out there that needed that type of opportunity, that needed someone that could support them fractionally, part-time. They could be people who wanted to be home with their kids, like I wanted to be home with Riley. But there were people out there who needed that support. There entered the birth of what is now BELAY. So Brian came to me and asked me to join him at BELAY. And it seemed crazy at the time. If you look back and you think about 2010, the economy was down and he was starting a company and he was crazy, I thought. Also at the time, I was going through a divorce and I was a new single mom. It was me, Riley, and her little sister, Haley. And taking a leap to leave that job was going to be a risk I wasn't sure was going to be worth it. But something inside said to me, I needed to do it. This was the decision I needed to make. My gut said yes. And I believed in him, and I believed in the journey he was going on. So I took a giant leap of faith. And that begins my journey from EA to CEO at BELAY and truly owning my journey and my road ahead. There are 3 core beliefs that really walked me through the next 10 years, and I'm here to share them with you today. They helped me advance my career and build the career and life of my dreams. First, be bold. Fortune favors the bold. But to be bold, you have to know your why. For me, my why was my girls. My why was I was single mom. I was divorced. I wanted to show them what was possible. I wanted to show them that your dreams can come true and you could do that on your own. Do you have a why? What is your bold why? What wakes you up in the morning? For me, bold looked a lot like quitting a great job in New York. It looked like moving from New York to North Carolina where I knew nobody. It meant taking a temp job as a VA for a church construction company, which I had no experience in whatsoever. And ultimately, it was showing up when divorce hit me. It was picking myself up off the floor, regrouping, because I knew I must. My kids were watching me, and I am setting the tone for them. It was joining a startup in the midst of a downed economy and giving up a really steady job because I believed in something that would bring greatness to my life. It's following your instincts and noticing your dead ends. For me, New York was my dead end. Pacific Somewhere was a dead end. Kogan, that church construction company, became my dead end. BELAY was my future. So it was taking that leap of faith, even though it wasn't clear. That is bold. And sometimes bold is saying things out loud. In 2012, Brian asked me about my career goals. I told him I wanted to be the president of BELAY. And you know what he did? He told me no. Which leads me to my second belief. Don't let no stop you. Being bold is awesome until life steps in, and you need to own it. People will stop you. People will tell you no. Situations will tell you no. Self-doubt will tell you no. Divorce tried to stop me. Here's the deal about what tries to stop you. I found out my husband was leaving on a Thursday, and I showed up to work on Monday. My why helped me separate those things. I don't bring my work home, and I wasn't going to bring my home to work. Mindset. You're only defeated if you let it defeat you. Instead, you can use it as fuel to grow. When I was told no, what were my options? Give up? No. Accept the status quo? Definitely not. His no was not going to stop me. So let's talk about how to change a no to yes. First of all, remember that why. Let it be the fuel to changing that no to a yes. For me, it was distance and being virtual. So I was going to fill that gap with more communication, the use of a webcam. I was going to invest in virtual remote leadership and team building, focus on building remote cohesion and crushing all the goals remotely. I decided not to stay stuck in the midst of the no, and I kept moving forward to find my yes. Influence is a powerful thing. Circumstances change, you change, and other people's minds can change. A year later, I was promoted to president. That leads me to belief number 3. Your future is yours to create. I knew there would be a time when I'd want even more than being the president of BELAY. Yep, more than the president. So when my leader asked me in 2016 what my BHAG was, my big, hairy, audacious goal, I said to him that I wanted to be the CEO of BELAY one day. Guess what, guys? He said no. I'll always be the CEO. But I believed one day, even if it was 10 years from now, that would change. So I got to work. Because you create your opportunities. They don't find you. There may not be a door, so you go build the door. How do you create opportunities? Here's 5 things you can try to create opportunities. First of all, set goals and share them boldly. My goal was to be CEO, and my boss knew it. And then here's the thing. You gotta go out and achieve them. It takes a ton of tenacity and a ton of discipline. It is on you. So achieve them, or better yet, overachieve them. My leaders would say, Trisha never met a goal she didn't crush, and I was proud to be known for that. Second, make things better than you found them. Whether it's a process, a project, an idea, don't settle for status quo. Everyone's paying attention to the person that is leaving things better than they found them. Third, volunteer to own more. There was a time in my career where I went to my boss and I told him that I thought I would do a great job at leading the sales team. I said, I think I have value to add. I think I could lead this team. He said, nah, I don't think that's a good idea. I love leading the sales team. On Monday morning, he came back and he told me, you know what? I slept on it. I trust you, and I'm going to let you lead the sales team. So be careful what you wish for also, guys. But ask for what you want. Volunteer to do more. Sometimes that's cleaning out the company's storage unit or calling an upset client, whatever it takes. Fourth, be an expert. You own your development. Education is in your hands. Ready yourself for the next amazing thing. I learned sales quickly when I had to. I joined peer groups of other executives. I learned from leaders outside of our organization. I read every sales leadership book I can get my hands on. I took online courses. Guys, I was building my door. Number 5, be a great team member. You get there by building a team of support. We win when our team wins. As you elevate yourself, maintaining great peer relationships matters. You want them to want you to win. You want your peers to buy in. I believed in the possibility of there being a future that I could be the CEO of BELAY. And I was very patient. I was very diligent. I earned trust by doing the 5 things I just mentioned. It led how I made decisions. I skilled up to be ready for when they'd want me to lead as CEO. So I say to you, be ready now for when that next opportunity shows itself. And then in April 2019, 3 years after I was asked about my BHAG, the time arrived. I would be CEO. There it was, the beautiful door. So I say, guys, be bold. Don't let no stop you. Your future is yours to create. Build the door. Thanks, everyone.
On behalf of the entire BELAY team, I want to say thank you.
Thank you for going above and beyond for our clients every single day.
Thank you for all you do for BELAY. We are super grateful for you.
We wanted to take a minute to say thank you for your service. We appreciate you guys so much.
You guys seriously are so amazing. You wake up every single day ready and fired up to serve in your giftings and in your passions. And because you are doing that, you are helping our clients do the very same thing.
Thank you. Thank you just so much for the work that you do, for having such a servant heart, and for really putting in your all when it comes to serving our clients.
Thank you all so much. And then what do we gotta say? We say, we love you all. Y'all are the best.
Thank you for your grit, for your passion, and for all your hard work.
Hats off to you guys. Y'all are amazing. Thank you for showing up every day, for bringing your best, and for going above and beyond.
Thank you to all of the amazing contractors here at BELAY. It's because of you as to why we are here. Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for showing up and serving our clients with excellence every day. We're so grateful for you.
You guys are so amazing. BELAY is awesome. It is known all around the world because of how awesome you are.
Your ability to show up and serve our clients with such passion, and excellence goes noticed every day. If your ears are ringing, it is because we are constantly talking about you and how amazed we are as a team that we get to work with you and that we get to serve our clients by the gift of you.
Thank you for helping make BELAY so wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you for all that you do.
We wouldn't be BELAY without you.
BELAY would not be the same without you.
You really touch the lives of a lot of people.
Thank you for all that you do. We couldn't do it without you.
We love you.
Thank you for all you do.
Cheers. Thanks for everything, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And how does this thing go?
Two of our contractors will have the opportunity to win an annual plan to Freelance University, valued at $597. Freelance University provides training in a variety of tracks, including online business management, social media, virtual bookkeeping, virtual administration, digital marketing, and more. Freelance U's annual plan provides you with 12 months of training, including immediate access to 80+ certifications and courses, and access to their private Facebook community with mentors ready to support you as you begin learning. The training is on demand, so you can create your own schedule and work at your own pace. Live events such as expert interviews, mastermind sessions, and Facebook Lives are also included in the annual plan. But if you can't attend live, they will be included in the university for you to tune in on your own time. As a student of Freelance University, you have access to discounts on software, as well as a software sandbox you can use to practically apply what you are learning. Now, how do you win this awesome giveaway? To enter the contest, all you need to do is open your LinkedIn profile and proudly display your Belay badge and header image on your LinkedIn page. You'll receive instructions on how to do that via email later today. So make sure you fill out the form to enter.
I really hope you enjoyed today because I know I have. I hope you walk away from your desk today feeling inspired, motivated, and encouraged to own your journey. Belay has enjoyed unimaginable success since its founding in 2010 because of contractors like you dedicated to delivering excellence. Put simply, we wouldn't be where we are today without servant-hearted contractors like you. So thank you. And as a quick reminder, don't forget to add your LinkedIn badge in order to be entered into our exclusive Belay giveaways. Now, as we end our time together, please notice the Zoom links below for our breakout sessions. We hope you enjoy these, and again, thank you for spending this time with us and for serving our clients so well.